Was there some correspondence? Was there effort made sent to the ambassador or whomever is head of the property issue for the particular embassy? Wike or the FCT should have to show this effort to collect before they get in. And how is it that 34 or 38 of them refuse to pay? So gotta get to the bottom of why the refusal. Is it because they say we are not supposed to pay? Or is it because, the amount being asked to, ask them to pay, they said, no, it's too much or too little. There's got to be some of these things. You shouldn't get to this sort of, embarrassment. The embassy people will be looking at it and looking at Nigeria and say, what sort of government, what sort of leadership do you have to where you couldn't have resolved this matter and now making it a public display of nuisance? And this is not like, you go to your tenement building and you're trying to evict your own tenant because of not paying you. These are embassies, and Nigeria is the host to these embassies. So if Nigeria is going to come out and put up this sort of public display of whatever, either poor management or administration of, facilities for embassies, then the egg is on Nigeria. It's not going to be on them. So, who is in charge of FCT is going to be the president. Is the president allowing him to do this? Wike, again, should be able to have shown memos, efforts. Before you evict somebody, you should have given them enough notice for them to do it. Look at the people writing something on the gate of embassies. That's not just good. That's not just good.
The president, you spoke about the president, but what we're saying is that the president's intervention is basically to ensure that they gave a 14-day notice, and that the 14-day notice ended on the 9th of June. What other sort of intervention would you have expected from the president?
Okay, what I'm saying, 14 days after, okay? 14 days after then the president came in and said, okay, let me give you a grace period of 14 days. I'm saying before these 14 days, what was the effort? Wike should have, prepared memos to hand to the press and say, this is what we have tried to do. They have ignored it. As a result, then what would have again done is you call the ambassador. You invited the ambassador to have a discussion. There are ways you're going to manage this kind of thing so that both sides, don't feel like you are being childish. So my question again is, has any of these things been done?